An argument for the DCT. This is a 2014 Honda CTX 700 with the DCT automatic transmission. I've owned it for a little over a year. I have put approximately 3,000 miles on it. I purchased it for less than $4,000 with 5,500 miles on it. It gets serviced approximately every 4,000 miles. As you can see, there's no clutch handle. There's no shift lever. The shifting is done here, downshifting, and here, upshifting. Pretty natural position to be riding. Down, up. The transmission's controlled here. It's in neutral. Does have a kickstand kill switch. You can go drive, or if you click it again, it'll put it in sport. I ride about 95% of the time in sport. I'm a bigger guy on a relatively small bike, 683, but they call it a 700. You can also put it in only manual or automatic, and then you can switch to manual. You can manually shift gears even when it's in an automatic mode. Now I commute 9 miles one way, so 18 miles a day into a downtown in Charleston, South Carolina. There's about 10 lights on my ride. Fortunately, there's no interstate, thank goodness, with this smaller bike. But I would imagine if I had to shift during my commute, and especially now that traffic is back and popping, I would probably have to up and down shift between first, second, and third, probably 25 to 30 times during that commute, just 9 miles. Stop and go traffic, in between lights, crossing a few bridges, going into a downtown, traversing a big parking lot. That's all done effortlessly with this bike. The shift points, like I said, you can control them. They'll change with the drive mode, which is essentially an economy mode, or with the sport mode. This bike gets so much flack from people that I don't understand. And Honda has it on a few more platforms. They have it on the newer Goldwing, which I would love to have. I'm not going to spend $25,000 on a bike, though. Probably in a decade when I can find one for $10K, I might get one, but they are magnificent. They also do it in a dual sport. I think it's called the Africa Twin. And then there's a cousin to this bike, the NC 700, which they offer the DCT, which is kind of like more of a sportier. This is like a sport touring, or it can be. I've seen it with hard bags, and there's definitely hookups for bags and racks. It could be, a smaller frame person's touring bike, or even a female's touring bike who definitely doesn't need the size or the power of a Goldwing. Like I said, though, I'm a grown man. I'm 250 pounds. I just ride it because I got it really cheap. I'm just amazed that these bikes aren't taking off. I'm amazed that every major manufacturer of bikes aren't coming up with some version of a DCT. Or offering some version of its DCT. Frankly, I also wish Honda offered it, and there's like a step up from this, a 1300. I wish they offered it in that, and as far as I know, they do not. Anybody who says, man, the shifting is, it's not riding unless you're not shifting, you do it right here, brother. You do it right here. Man, I just love to shift. Man, it just doesn't feel right. No, this thing shifts better than you ever could or would. And I just, that those arguments are losing their flair for me. I think a lot of people are just miseducated about it. I think people feel like it's probably like the older scooters, like that centrifugal clutch, like it's got to spin up and go. Not the case at all. You get on it and go. Also, something for me and for some other folks that I've seen in other forums, this bike has gotten some people who are otherwise incapacitated, not able to ride, back into riding. I'll share my example. Like, I've got a back injury from military service. I oftentimes have nerve pain going down my left leg because of that back injury. I imagine if I was dealing with that, I would have a hell of a time shifting. So I didn't ride for a long time, but now I do. It's so effortless. It's so excellent. This will keep me riding for a long time, and not only that, I hope to get my grubby mitts on one of those gold wings. But that's my case for the DCT. If you're skeptical about it, I say you should go demo one. Like I said, particularly these 700 CTXs, you can get into a used one for between $4,000 and $5,000. That's in excellent shape. That's going to run, for tens of thousands of miles. Like I said, it's a 4,000 mile service interval. Pretty straightforward service. I just put a rear tire on it after about 8,000 miles. But fantastic bike. Just a joy to ride. A little bit of storage there. And also the fuel is amazing. I probably, like I said, I ride in sport a lot. I probably get 50 miles a gallon. They advertise up to 64 when you're in the drive mode. Like I said, because I'm a bigger guy, I like the shift points and the performance of the sport mode on this pretty average sized bike. But yeah, if you're skeptical, go demo one. That's all I have to say about that.